Hello and welcome to the 4th annual May the 4th crossover event brought to you by the fabulous Donna from the channel It's Art by Donna. We are here to celebrate in this collaboration all things Star Wars. And before I get started in my own ramblings, I just want to thank Hema Art and Lena Park Art, whose videos came before me, and to introduce the wonderful Aishu, who will be following me in the collaboration. A list of all the participating channels are in the description below. One thing that we were requested to talk about was what it means to us, the sentence, the words, may the force be with you. I want to just say something. So what it means to me is when I really need to do something, that force is there, it's driving me, it's egging me on, it's getting me to do stuff. And what I'm doing right now is I'm recording the voiceover for this video in the living room. I think it's about 4:30 in the morning. I have spent very many hours doing the art, and Donna, you want to cover your ears because I actually started my painting yesterday. And when I say yesterday, I mean yesterday as in I'm still awake from yesterday, if that even makes sense. Of course it does. But yes, I started it on the 25th. It is now the 26th, and the force is very much with me because even though I probably sound a bit sleepy, I am wide awake and I am getting on with it. I have done the painting, I have edited it, I've added some music, I am now talking about stuff, and it's quite funny. But yes, the force is well and truly with me. So I was going to do this slightly differently. I was going to introduce my video wearing a t-shirt with the androids on it, and as you might have noticed from my painting, there is a sort of hint towards the bit in the movie where I can't remember his name now, but it's somebody will remember his name. But he says, "These are not the droids you are looking for," and or searching for. I can't remember. But yeah, I should get it right. But it's 4:30 in the morning, so I am very proud of myself and I'm getting it done. So, and I want to share something. So I didn't hear that line from Star Wars Festival. I actually heard it from a film called Sorcerer's Apprentice with Nicolas Cage. And it is one of my favourite films because it's got Tesla coils in it. And I love that sort of thing. They're very, very cool. And in this one, they're very huge. But in that film, they're in a college or a university, and I think I should have written this down. In fact, I did write this down somewhere, and it shows that I am half organised, but I should also share that we've moved house. We're now living in with my mother temporarily, and so there's stuff everywhere, and I don't know whether I'm going to put the pictures in. I think I will actually put the pictures in of where I'm actually painting looks like. So if there's a picture up on the screen now, there it is, and you'll be realising this is what I'm living with right now, so it's all right. But anyway, in the film, they go to the faculty and they say something like, "I'd like to see your faculty records," and he says, "You do not need to see our faculty identification," or something. And, I didn't know what the reference was, and then the other person with him said something like, "These are not the droids you were looking for," and I didn't get it. And I thought it was a really good line, and I kept thinking about it, and I actually Googled it and discovered it was indeed from Star Wars. But it's one of my favourite lines in the other film. So here I am rambling. So yeah, so my pictures, here's a thought. So I can also introduce myself. So I'm Jane, and this is Matilda and Josephine. Matilda and Josephine are two witches who get up to a lot of mischief, and they have a lot of fun. And I actually haven't painted them for, I don't know, perhaps even a year. I can't remember. I'd have to look on my channel. Again, I'm not very organised. I will go into a little bit of detail because I'm just going to tell a story whilst the video is running, and I'm only 4 minutes in, or 4.5 minutes in, and I'm probably going to run out of something to say. But I don't know what I was saying. That's quite funny. I am just literally going to ramble through this video so you can listen to me, or switch off and watch, or whatever it is. But yeah, so the room is a bit of a mess. We've moved in here, and I can't remember what I was saying. A normal person would actually switch off. I'm also sitting on the floor, and these floorboards are squeaky. So again, fun. But I have learnt, probably over the last year, that you just have to embrace life and fun and enjoy it, and you don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to be shiny and everything good and right. And I have learnt many things from coming back into making YouTube videos. One of them is you need to keep your storage on your laptop, clear, so that when you're editing, it doesn't keep crashing and doing annoying things, and then you don't know why it's doing it, and then you realise it's because your laptop's full. And also my phone was full as well, so that added a few hours. It's amazing how long it takes to deal with all of that stuff. But anyway, so another story of the Force being with you is that last year I actually hit my head in August the 18th. It's one of the only dates I actually remember something happening on, which is kind of funny. But I hit my head, got post-concussion syndrome because I wasn't very well behaved. I kept doing things, and after 2 days I actually got quite ill. I couldn't even walk properly. I could walk properly, but I couldn't walk at speed. It was the weirdest thing. I had to walk slowly. Anyway, do you know what I was thinking, right? This is literally me rambling. I was introducing Matilda and Josephine, and I'm going to watch this video back and think it's funny. I do lives on Facebook, and it's so much easier to do a live than record something because you get away with rambling. But this is supposed to be a bit more put together. But to be honest, I'm not put together, so I'm just going to keep going. But anyway, yeah. So Matilda and Josephine in this, they are hiding the droids from the stormtrooper, and this stormtrooper looks a bit strange. He looks a bit sad. He looks like he's a bit given up. I actually don't know where we are in the video because I was going to play it whilst I was talking. So it might be a good idea actually for me to go and set that up, and then I can carry on talking and say, look, that's where it is. Because I know that I was also listening to an Amanda Francis video, so there is a person waving her hands around a lot in the background, but I think she's already gone now. I think I realised what was happening and shut the laptop down. Also, you can see my toothbrush in the background. There's so many things happening. But yes, if I didn't finish the story, I will probably finish it in another video, because I'm hoping to do more videos. I missed actually doing Matilda and Josephine, and I really enjoyed doing this one, so that is something kind of special. So anyway, yeah, so Matilda and Josephine, they are two witches. They get up to mischief, and I used to do lots of miniatures of them. And I was going to do a miniature of this one, but I did the sketch on another piece of paper, and I would have shrunk it down. So what I do is I do a sketch and I shrink it down on the printer, and then I trace over it, and it just makes it easier to work with. But this time I thought, actually, I quite like the size of it, so I'm going to go with it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm also using watercolour. I normally work in gouache, but I thought it'd be easier just to use that little watercolour set that I've got and just fiddle about with it. And this was more of a kind of loose painting. I do tend to be more detailed and more I don't know, detailed. That's what it is. But there it is. Oh, I'm going to go back to the story. This is seriously going to be a rambling video. But yes, so I hit my head and I couldn't do anything. I was getting really bad headaches, obviously really, really bad fatigue. I spent a lot of time just sitting, watching things on my laptop. I had to give up doing anything. I couldn't go on social media. I actually hit my head whilst filming a reel for social media, so that's kind of, I don't know if that's ironic. I don't think that is. I like irony, but I never use it properly, so, But, yeah, so I hit my head, and shortly after I hit my head, my mum actually hit her head, and then she found out that she had cancer, which is like a whole other story. But shortly after that, I got COVID, which I later read that if you get COVID, don't get it when you have concussion, because it's really bad. It was really bad, and I got even worse, and that went on for a few months. I'm all right now, I think, although if you're listening to my ramblings, you probably think she's not all right. But anyway, yeah, so all of that happened, and then it just went on in a spiral, and I just think the Force kept me going. So the Force was with me. It kept me going through it all, and it kept me doing it. And like today, I was thinking a couple of days, should I have said yes to this? So even though my head is better, there's still like a kind of, what's the word? It's like there's a lag. So I'm still catching up from having all of that illness. And also we're staying with my mum at the moment because she's obviously not very well. So we're helping her. And it's all a little bit of a strain. It's a little bit stressful. But tomorrow we are driving up to Stafford, which is why I'm doing this at 4:30 in the morning, because this has to be up by the 27th. I know there's always a little bit of leeway, but it's always good to do things on time. It's always good to be prepared, and I want to make sure that it's done and I can have a nice restful day tomorrow. Or today actually, because it's already today. But it's weird. I'm really quite wide awake, although the ramblings probably denote that I'm not. But yeah, so anyway, wherever we are in the video, I just looked at the time that I'm on and it said 11:11. I've had lots of things like that. I don't know whether anyone's interested in like the angel numbers or things like that, but when you see certain numbers over and over again, it's supposed to signify something. But now I'm seeing 11:24, so, does it really signify anything? I think it does. It means that the angels are looking down on you and they are guiding you in the right way, and I think that's all pretty true and lovely. So I'm actually going to take a 5-second break where I'm going to see where I am actually in the video and maybe talk about the video itself. Okay, so yeah, I'm just painting the characters, so there's not much to tell. So I am using watercolor and I'm also using pen because it's nice and easy to do it this way. I wanted to make it a bit easier because, trying to do a miniature and using gouache, there's a lot more detail and it takes a lot more time. Whereas watercolor is nice. Watercolor and gouache are very similar, but gouache, I have tubes of gouache and I have to put it out, and it's much more time consuming. Whereas if you can see my little watercolor set in the background, it is a mess, and it was a mess before I got it out, and I can just dip my paintbrush on it and mix them all together, and it really doesn't make any difference. I don't have to squeeze anything out, I don't have to do anything with it, so it's really awesome. So obviously the idea behind this painting is that you've got C3PO and R2D2 who are hiding, and then you've got Matilda and Josephine, who are the two witches who are helping them hide from the single stormtrooper, because yes, there was only one, you see. So yeah, what else can I say? I seriously am rambling, and I'm just quite happy to ramble. So one of the things that I'm doing now is I am working more in personal development as well as and personal growth, same thing, as well as doing my art. I haven't done my art for a while, but I really want to, grow as a person, as myself, and I'm trying to become more confident and more, there are little bits that I just realised I should have cut out. I used to do that. I used to cut bits out and make it absolutely perfect, so it just flowed so well. But actually, I quite like all these little adjustments. I have no idea what I haven't watched it properly all the way through. Whoops, I just squashed something. So I'm really interested in how the mind works and how, how we are kind of raised to think a certain way, and then we don't realise until later on in life that perhaps we are living our lives through someone else's rules and thoughts and dreams, not our own. And I have spent my life doing things that other people want me to do, and, going to college, learning this, doing that, learning to type. I had no intention of going anywhere with typing, but my mum encouraged me to learn to type because that's what you do. But anyway, I really am interested in how the mind works and the psychology and everything like that. So that's something that I'm spending a lot of time on, and learning to sort of love myself and be more confident in myself and be happy to do a video where I literally ramble about nonsense for 20 minutes because why not? But one thing that hitting my head has taught me is life is very short, and even though I am still here and there is no long-lasting effects that I'm aware of, it could have easily gone a different way. And it was such a very, very simple thing. I literally threw myself on the bed and hit my head on the wooden frame. And it is kind of funny to look back on it, but yeah, it's like, goodness, it has changed my life. It's changed my life quite profoundly. But here I am, and I'm back with Matilda and Josephine and rambling, because that's what I do. And I do on Facebook, I do lives occasionally. I've done a whole load of them actually, and they're pretty much the same, me just turning up and talking about stuff. But I do like to talk about things and let things out of my head and into the world. So I can't really say much more about this painting. I can say something about some of the things that I'm learning through the personal growth, and that is, the people that you surround yourself by. If you surround yourself by happy, ambitious, kind, loving people, then that's the kind of person you're going to be. They will uplift you, and I am doing that right now. I have people in my life who are incredibly ambitious and happy and kind and generous, and it is making my life so much better. And I've noticed that I've been doing this for 16 minutes, so that is making me very happy, because I've just got 4 minutes to witter on, and then we're good. Although for some reason I think my videos got shorter. I've just looked on the thing and I've lost a minute. I'm not quite sure how I've lost a minute, so I'm going to have to fiddle with that in a minute. At what is the time? 4:43. I'm very proud of myself actually, and I think that's something that we all need to do, is recognize our wins and be like, yes, I'm proud of myself. I did this. I will probably sleep a bit tomorrow, but I'm happy about that. And sometimes I might have a really, really good night's sleep. Oh, the battery is also running down on my laptop. So we are doing a editing and filming at the same time. Is that actually plugged in? Yes, it is. Oh, that's so much brighter. Yes, so I'm not sure why I've lost a whole minute. That is quite disturbing. I don't know what I've done, but I'm going to have to fix that before I actually upload this video, which I will be doing once I've figured out what I have done there. I don't quite know what I've done, obviously, because I keep saying I don't know what I've done. And I'm really intrigued actually to find out what I've been talking about, and hope that I've actually been talking about something, or even talking and I've got the sound on, or whatever it is, because things like that always happen. You forget to press the record button, or it switches off and you haven't noticed. I've done that before with painting. It switches off, and well, I've done it before when I've had the camera in a certain position where I can't actually see what I'm filming, and I'll be painting away and then I'll look up and it's switched off, and I've been painting for 10 minutes. I think I did a little bit today where I didn't switch it on, or I paused it and then I didn't unpause it. But anyway, I think we are near the end, and so I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. There's still a minute actually, I think. Well, there it is, because I'm only on 18 minutes and 32 seconds. But yes, Ayushu is next up, and all the links and everything are in the description below. And I'm really hoping that when I watch this back, I am actually going to have made some sense. But it actually really doesn't matter, and I think that's what's really important in life, is that we do things, we show up, and we just enjoy it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So I am going to say thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of collaboration. And thank you so much to Donna and everyone else in this collaboration for being absolutely awesome. Have a wonderful day, evening, month, year, whatever it is.